Hey guys, and welcome to the video. So check it out. Behind me we have the new project truck. So I actually bought this a little while ago, and it is a 2002 Chevy Avalanche. So I want to go ahead and get into you guys a little bit what I've done already, and then I really want to talk about what I have planned for this thing and why I bought it. So without further ado, here's the intro. Hope you enjoy.
Uma ameaça foi detectada. Uma ameaça foi detectada.
Alright guys, let's talk a little bit. So, you obviously know the Shelby GT500 is on the channel, and I absolutely love that car, but I needed something that could also be practical, but also cheap, because the car's a lot of money, and I'm not trying to have two expensive vehicles on the channel. So, what we have here is the 2002 Chevy Avalanche. I've been looking for trucks for a long time, like probably good 5 or 6 months now, and I actually stumbled across this truck over on base of all places in a parking lot, and someone's like, hey, $2,000 and it's yours. Looked at it, seemed pretty good. It's got high mileage, that's why it was so cheap, but I look at it like this. So it's got 230,000 miles on it, but it runs strong and has no major issues. So perfect deal. Main reasons for getting it, I wanted a fun project of some kind that wouldn't break the bank. I have my car, but I want something a little different, because I think a truck is just the next thing you got to do. I wanted something to tow my boat. I picked up a boat a little while ago, maybe do some videos with that. Nothing crazy, just a little 15-foot, but it's really nice and practical to have something that can tow this thing. Long story with the boat, I can get into another video if you guys care about it, of why I have the boat before I had a truck to pull it. And then lastly, I'm kind of looking for an adventure vehicle, to be honest. Helicopters. But, I don't know. The Mustang is great, the Shelby's amazing, but I really need something that I can like throw some stuff into and don't really care about that much. But that's not to say I don't like nice things. So without further ado, let's get into exactly what I want to do to this truck. Alright, so first off, as you can see, the paint is atrocious. It looks like someone literally took a paintbrush to this thing, and that's both a good and a bad thing. Good thing because it means I can't really make it any worse than this. Like it's pretty bad. So this is like paintbrush or whatever, and the previous guy who sold it to me said he did spray paint on the front. I'm not sure if he did this or what, but spray paint, paintbrush, obviously looks pretty terrible. So my plan for this is to go ahead and I want to change the color on it. I also want to paint it. We're going to do it as cheap as possible, so it's spray cans, but I'm going to do some prep work so it doesn't like start chipping in like a couple weeks or whatever. It's going to look okay, so trust me. Next up, the bumpers and everything. As you know, the Avalanche has these a lot of plastics on this truck, and as you can see, the plastics look really terrible, faded and everything. The reason it's chipping so bad is it looks like they didn't do any prep work, like there's no sanding or anything in here. So my plan is to chip off as much of the old Rhino liner as I can in the areas that's really bad, like this panel for sure, that panel, possibly that panel. Like a lot of these are still good, and I'll just replace as needed with additional Rhino liner, but I really like that, and I want to keep that look because I think it almost gives a look of off-road bumpers without having to go out of my way to get extra off-road bumpers. And then other than that, either tint or different taillights, because the red really doesn't go with the rest of the theme at all. As you can see, the roof's chipped pretty bad. And then for aesthetics, one of the huge selling points to me was it already has a 6-inch lift, and to me, a truck build it's not necessarily practical, but I love the look of a 6-inch lift. I also like the wheels and tires he has on there already. I'm not going to be changing those because, one, wheels and tires are super expensive, and two, I think they actually look pretty good. And then down the road, might do something with that grill because I'm not a huge fan of the chrome. There's nothing else chrome on this truck besides that grill So probably going to change that up. Headlights are good except for the top one, and the fog lights are kind of weird, but that'll also get changed. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick intro to this truck and kind of everything about it. So anyway, guys, I just want to give you an intro to the Avalanche. So I'm not really sure how I want to do videos on this just yet. Obviously, there's going to be maintenance videos. That's something I actually didn't talk about. Maintenance I've done so far on this truck are an O2 sensor was bad when I got it. CV joints were pretty bad. They are for the front wheel drive. I think it was front axles for the 4-wheel drive. And I had to do tie rods and ball joints, which a little annoying, but nothing crazy. For 230,000 miles, like, that's not too bad. So as I was saying, I'm not 100% sure how I want to do videos on this truck yet. The paint job is probably going to be next because that's really driving me up a wall. And I'm going to try and see how good I can get it. And if it comes out terrible, a couple months later, we'll sand it down and try it all again. But for right now, stand by for the color because I think you guys are going to like it. As far as car videos are concerned, I'm going to keep these two separate builds. Like, they're not really going to interact. Eventually, I'd like to get this truck able to tow the car to tracks and events because because I hate putting miles on it. Not the truck, the car, obviously. Because the Shelby, to me, is a very special vehicle, and I don't like running up needless miles. If an event's like 400 miles away, I don't really want to put 800 miles on that car round trip. And when I get there, potentially break it if something goes awry at the track. I'd really like to have the security of towing the car there and back. This way, if something does happen, I'm covered and I can still get back home and not worry about any issues. So, I think the next video is going to be coming out after this. Is probably going to be on the car. Well, I'll just leave that for next video. But there are two things that are happening to that car. And one is going to help immensely. And the other one is just kind of a pet peeve that's been driving me up a wall recently. There's little suspension pieces here and there that are kind of making noise. So we're going to go ahead and be doing some suspension maintenance / replacement on some parts. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. A little long-winded video, I know. But if you have any questions, leave them below. And I hope you stick around and follow this build. All right, peace, guys. See you later.